Okay, 8 o'clock Tuesday night, and we're back in the kingdom on frickin' real. Alright, so I'll start off with what was happening on Sunday. We're going to have to walk over there. Alright, I'll end the video right here, so we'll walk over there. Okay, it's a little windy, but Sunday night at 5 o'clock, the staff rolled into the yard in the quad and said we had to leave. The fire was coming from the south of WHO-ville. Yes, and we had to leave. And we were to, meet up on the tailings. So let's scroll this way. So that's the kingdom up there. Here's the steel pile. And then over here is the firewood pile. All right, so there's the firewood pile. And up there is a tailings pile that's been covered from when they mined here back in the 50s to 1980s. 80, I think it was, whatever. Doesn't worry about that. So we're sitting up there. That's the safe zone up on a barren wasteland. The mines, tailings, which has been covered with, sheeting and then gravel and everything like that. So we're sitting up there watching the wind take out or burn up the east or the west side of WHO-ville and everything like that. And we were watching a good show of helicopters and everything. Oh, it's windy out here. All right. So then we watched the fire start here, right? We can see it because we can see the kingdom right up there, and we watched this, and then we watched them pounce on the fire. That's how close it was to the kingdom. So this bush here started to burn. It was unreal, and we're sitting up there watching it. All right, let's go back over there where it's more windy. Okay, I'm back up in the yard here. So we were quite confident because we had all this sprinkler system and we had it for about a week or 4 or 5 days, manning the pumps, digging the sumps, all that stuff. But guess what? The motor blew up. Yes, the motor blew up. So the kingdom had no fire support, no sprinklers, no nothing. It was unfrickin' real. But what do you do? So when we came back to the kingdom, we seen some hot hambers over here. Yes, in the bush. Over there, up that road that we always do that, drive up into WHO-ville. So we had to get the 38 GMC. Yes, right here. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. So there we go. So we had the 38 GMC. We hooked it to the water trailer. Yes, that's not WHO-ville water. That's muskeg water. And also too, WHO-ville isn't treating the water right now. They're pumping it straight through for the fire hydrants to save buildings and stuff. Some buildings burnt in WHO-ville, but we don't go into that. There will be a media release, everything like that. But what we did was use the welder in here with the submersible in here as if we're pumping water into the house. And then we strung our garden hoses all together and we were working on the hot spots on that road. So then they come along around 10:30 with helicopter support. I think I can start the video from the staff showing that video, the helicopter water bucking, and we're coming out of the bush with the garden hose. Yes, anything goes. So we had worked out very well, very pleased. The 38 GMC ran like a top, the welder ran like a top in there. Everything was good. We had 4.5 hours of forest firefighting, and then we were told to leave. Yes, we had to leave. So we'll go back over there now. Okay, just like Sesame Street, I'm back over here. Yes, I'm in front of the shop. So over here, right there, the fire came to town, right there behind the hospital, and the wind was strong. It was like tornado-type winds, and that was it. We left WHO-ville heading that way. We went up to the safe zone up on the tailings, and they told us, no, just get in the vehicles and drive down the highway. So we had the 48 Chevy sedan delivery loaded up. Well, we never unpacked it. We just threw the dogs in and we went down the highway till we were out of the fire zone. So we were 40 kilometers out. We weren't at that river or anything like that. We were sitting there, at a gravel pit, but right near the highway. We actually had a pizza delivered too. They were on their way to Lynn Lake with pizzas, so they stopped and gave us one. We really appreciate those fellas for doing that. All right, so we stayed the night there, so we used the Starlink to chat, and we were to come back to WHO-ville because we have things to do. Yes, things to do. So we get back to Whoville, and the fire's in the bush here. They've taken a big D6 cat and pushed it out, so they have hot spots, so they're in there working it. But also too, we're, how would you say, gonna work it anyways because we got to handle it. All right, so let's see if we can back up. So we're still in a fire danger zone. We got high winds, but it's freaking cold here. All right, so no, that's not gonna work out. We'll stop the video here. Okay, I'm over here now, and that's a TD6 known as Aggie. Yes, the TD6. So I'll insert the picture at the end here of it parked beside a D6T. Yes, I'm dyslexic. When they said if I had a firefighting cat, yes, I got a D6T or whatever. Yeah, TD6, a tiny D6. We'll insert the picture after this video. But we hooked this one on because we can get down those trails. And also too, we'd like to thank the YouTube subscribers, Kingdom followers that gifted us money to clean those trails, because it's paying off now because we can string, the firefighting hoses down to hit the hot amber spots and everything like that. So they're really appreciating it, and I appreciated it. Today I was in there with all the garden hose, so we just find our trail and then we could go string the hose out and work from there. So we're using the TD6, hooked on the water trailer, and we chose this one, the four-wheeled wagon, because we can get down the trails. We got the garden hose and the pumps and everything there. So what we've done now is take and hold water here and pump it up to the black tanks behind the house, because when we left on yesterday or whatever, we started the gas Honda, turned on the pumps, the sprinklers were going, and we left. 2 hours later, the gas tank ran out and the Kingdom's still here. So talk about luck. I just can't believe what's going on. And they figured the fire is still going here. They're working on it. I don't know if you can hear the high-pitched squealies of the pumps and the cats. They're just across the road, but it's just unreal. And we thank everybody for their support. We will make it. We will survive. We have to, because this is a working museum and these things have to survive for the next generation to see. But I can't believe it. We call this fire the ex-wife fire. We got it from the north, we've got it from the east, then we're getting it from the south. Now we're going to get a big whammy from the west now. Unfreaking real. So we thank you guys for keeping in touch. We have very limited on access to the outside world. But the thing is with this YouTube channel, we promote the old equipment and us having fun. And that's what we're doing. For fire updates on Whoville or anything like that, there's other channels or whatever to give you the details of what burnt, what didn't burn, and stuff like that. But us, we're just having fun. And I don't know how many days I've been sober, but that was pretty bad there. But we're making it. We'll do it. And we thank you guys very much. And I better go. We'll talk to you later.